Hello there everyone, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So if you know me on this channel, then you'll know that I love international football. I couldn't be a more proud Welshman, so my club team is actually my national team, first and foremost, even before Swansea City or the other teams that I support, like Roma, Spartak Moscow. I love this time of year, so, well, maybe not this time of year because Wales have a terrible record playing in the June. We always lose matches, so I'm hoping our new manager Bellamy will get us actually some results, particularly in this match. Okay, so what we're going to do in this video is we're going to predict the results of the upcoming World Cup qualifications from UEFA, and if I've got time I'm also planning to have a quick look because there are some key final matches in Asia that we need to look at, and we might, by the end of next week, have a brand new country qualifying for the World Cup that has never qualified before. So stick around to the end of the video to learn who that might be. Okay, so I'm going to go through this at pace. We're going to look at the first round of fixtures on the 6th and 7th of June, and I'm going to give snapshot predictions. And then we're going to do the second, which is round 4, on Monday the 9th, Tuesday the 10th. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, so we start off with Czechia and Montenegro. For me, Czechia at home, very good. They do tend to play, you know, to their strengths, which are the fact that they are 7-foot monsters. But Montenegrins are also very, very tall. So maybe they will... And we've had Montenegro in our Nations League group, and they were actually pretty tricky, so they should not take them for granted. A draw is possible, but I think Czechia will narrowly win. Estonia-Israel, I would imagine that Israel will win that match fairly comfortably. Estonia only narrowly beat Moldova in their last match, and prior to that lost to Israel as well. So yeah, I think Estonia will lose at home to Israel there. Gibraltar-Croatia obviously has to be a Croatia win. It could be a handsome win. Croatia is starting to play much better again. Although, oh yeah, I suppose Modric is fine. He's got, what, has he said he's going to play one more year? But he's leaving Real Madrid. Maybe come to Swansea. Because of course he has just bought part of my club, Swansea, so there's big rumours around. One of the ex-football players for Swansea, Leon Britton, had to do a post on social media to say, no, the person who's bought my house isn't Luka Modric, because there was a massive rumour going around Swansea that Luka Modric had bought a house here, and got everyone excited. So, yeah, Luka will be available for that match. North Macedonia, Belgium. Having just drawn with North Macedonia, I can say that Belgium are weird, right? They could walk out like 4-0 winners in this match, but actually I think there's a high percentage chance that North Macedonia could get a draw. They were really impressive when we played them. We were lucky to get a draw. And at home as well, and this is Belgium's first game. North Macedonia are top of the league. They've got lots to play for. They've got a really good technical team, very defensive. Belgium are going to have to try and break them down. Lukaku's going to have to be at his best to get round their tough back five. So yeah, I think North Macedonia can get a draw. Obviously, logically, Belgium are the more likely to win, but something in my brain is telling me that North Macedonia could get a result. Norway, Italy, that's a big game actually, isn't it? It's Italy haven't played a game yet, have they? No. And Norway, what have their results been? Beat Moldova 5-0 and beat Israel 4-2. So they are scoring some goals as well. I think Italy need to be careful, because if not, they're going to come unstuck. I think maybe a draw is actually the most likely result, and I think Italy need to be happy with a draw, because Norway are pretty rampant at the minute. And then Wales against Liechtenstein. I'm really hoping at Cardiff we can score a couple of goals. Even against the weaker teams, we don't tend to score many goals in matches. If we got something like 3, I'd be absolutely over the moon. So yeah, as long as we don't play Brennan Johnson up front, he needs to play on the right wing, which is tricky because about 3 of our best players all play in that position. Brooks, Harry and Brennan all want to play out wide, and we don't really have anyone apart from Kiefer Moore playing through the middle, so it's a bit tricky for us to fit in all of our best players where we've got lots of positions that are quite weak, but then up front we don't have any problems. Sorry, up wide up front. Okay, so then Bosnia should easily beat San Marino. England should easily beat Andorra. Lithuania, Malta might be quite close. I think Lithuania for the win. Albania, Serbia, God, the match that really should not be allowed to take place. Will it be postponed? I mean, can we put a bet on postponement because of fighting? I mean, that's more likely than a score. Otherwise, I think maybe Albania could win at home, and then probably Serbia will win at home again if we don't have a drone come down and then have a brawl in the middle of the pitch like last time. Austria-Romania, this is also really tough. I think at the minute Romania have just dropped off a little bit. Normally I'd say there would be a draw between these two. No, they haven't really. In fact, Austria might have. I think most people think that Austria will come really, really high in their group. Who is in their group? Yeah, Austria haven't played a match yet because they were doing the playoffs. I think Austria probably are favourites to win this group. And Bosnia obviously surprised us with that win that they got. Was it over Romania? Bosnia's matches. Beat Cyprus, beat Romania in Romania. Yeah, that was a shocking result for Romania. So I think Austria will win that. Yeah, I think Austria will win, but Romania will give them a run for their money. And Finland are just having a little bit of a down turn at the moment, so the Netherlands are one of the best teams in Europe, so easy win for the Netherlands, I'm afraid. Sorry, Finland. Okay, and then round 4, Kazakhstan, North Macedonia. I think North Macedonia to win, even though Kazakhstan's a tricky place to go. Long way to go, and they're quite confident at home. There's a chance it could be a draw, but I rate this North Macedonia team. Belgium, Wales, heart says we can get a draw. Head says Belgium to win. We do have obviously a really exceptional record against Belgium. I think in Belgium's history we have like one of the best records against them of any nation or something crazy like that. So I don't think we can win, but I think that maybe we can get a draw. But obviously we are terrible in June. We never ever win in June. So I'm not holding out much hope. Croatia, Czechia will be absolutely fascinating. 2 really good teams. I think Croatia to win at home. Estonia, Norway, Norway to win. Faroe Islands, Gibraltar, very even. I think Gibraltar have improved a lot. Faroe Islands probably, particularly being at home, the more likely to win, but it might just fizz out into a draw. And then Italy to beat Moldova. I would really hope at home they would beat Moldova. Poland to beat Finland at the minute. Like I said, I think Poland's on a better run than Finland are. Let's have a quick look, see if I'm talking nonsense. Matches. Yeah, they were in the very, very difficult Nations League group that they had. And they beat Lithuania and Malta. They haven't had many wins, though. There was that cheeky win over Scotland in Hampden Park. But prior to that, a win against Ukraine in a friendly and Turkey in a friendly before the Euros were their last wins. So, and then Finland, am I right in thinking that they're not doing great at the minute? They're not doing great at the minute either. So maybe it'll be a draw. Maybe Finland can get a draw at home. Latvia are tricky at home. Albania play counter-attacking football, and so do Latvia, so this game could be a bit weird. It might finish as a draw, but Albania on paper are much stronger. So I'm going to say Albania to win. Netherlands-Malta would be a completely easy win for Netherlands. Romania-Cyprus, I think Romania to win that. Austria-San Marino, Austria will destroy San Marino. The way that they play football, I think it could be a really, really big score. And Serbia-Andorra, Serbia to win easily. That one. Okay, so those are our predictions. Let's have a quick look. I think we've got the Nations League. Is that going to... Yes, okay, so the semi-final, Germany-Portugal, I think. Now, I always say that Portugal are one of the best teams in the world. But actually, at the minute, I think Germany are doing really well. Let's have a look. Matches recently. Drew with Italy. That was a bit of a weird game, though. And then beat Italy. Drew with Hungary in the Nations League. 7-0 winners there. Beat Netherlands, who I rate highly. Only lost to Spain, of course, in the Euros, who were tremendous. And then Portugal's matches. Lost to Denmark, of course. Drew with Croatia. Drew with Scotland, but Scotland obviously sat quite deep and they just didn't know how to deal with that. They're not very good when teams do that to them, are they? Otherwise, wins across the board. I think it could go to penalties, but I think I'm going to say Germany to win. And then Spain, France. I'm sorry, France is an amazing team with so much talent, but for me, Spain is the best team in the world. I'm going to say, if Spain and Argentina play like today, I think Spain might beat them. And that's a massive compliment because I think Argentina are fantastic. So yeah, for me, Spain and Argentina are the best teams in the world at the minute. Obviously, these other three, Germany, Portugal, France, are going to be right up there when it comes to the World Cup. I don't see any scenario in which there's a reason to say that France can't win this match, but Spain, for me, are just fantastic. So I'm going to say Spain-Germany final, Spain to win. What do you think? Okay, so we have the CONCACAF, which of course is a weird one this year because the USA, Canada and Mexico all qualify automatically, so they aren't in it. So we have lots of teams that are vying for the opportunity to go because they've never had the chance to go before, plus a couple of teams that have been before that desperately want to get back there. So that qualification process is a little bit weird. We'll come back to it another time. Let's take a look at Africa. So if I remember correctly, so there is another round to play. So qualification to the next stage in green, and possible qualification in yellow. So at the minute, we've got a couple of big teams that are struggling. So Egypt are, I think they're already through. Burkina Faso are nearly there. Congo and Senegal, but Sudan is chasing down Senegal, crazy. South Africa and Rwanda, Nigeria down in 4th. Cape Verde and Cameroon. So there's some really crazy teams at the top. All those ones you'd expect, like Cameroon, Nigeria, Senegal to be at the top, and they're not. Morocco, then Niger. Zambia down in 4th. Ivory Coast, then Gabon. So we're going to see some really brand new African teams at the next World Cup. Algeria, Mozambique. Guinea down in 5th. Tunisia and Namibia, tiny country. Well, Namibia is a huge country, but it's only got 5 million people living there. Equatorial Guinea, who I would expect to be there, are nowhere close in 4th. And then Ghana and the Comoros Islands. The Comoros Islands is absolutely tiny. It's like Jersey qualifying for the World Cup. Mali down in 4th. Yes, so some absolute shocks going to happen in Africa. We'll keep an eye on those. And then we have, obviously, New Zealand have qualified already. Let's talk about the Asian qualifiers. So we've got 3 groups in this area, and their last 2 games are coming up this weekend. Quite crucial, because we could have a brand new team in the World Cup, and it could be Uzbekistan. They just need to avoid 2 defeats. They're against UAE and Qatar. They've only lost 1 match entirely. That was to Qatar. And they've actually managed to not lose twice against Iran. They're the only team to take points against them. Slovenia manager had to step down Katanets because of illness. So he resigned. So that's a negative point. So they're not quite playing the same way as they were before, but that didn't faze them in the last period. They still managed to get a draw against Iran and a win, I believe, against Kyrgyzstan. So yeah, they just need to avoid two defeats, and they will get through to the World Cup. Iran are already there. The UAE and Qatar currently in the playoff spots. Kyrgyzstan might make it if results go their way. South Korea are not mathematically through. Let me think now. Iraq can still get 6 points, so that's 18. So yeah, they still need to, and they got 3 draws in a row and they're against Iraq. So if they lose to Iraq, this gets quite interesting. Jordan are currently in second, Iraq are in third, and Oman are in fourth. Palestine, after winning their last match, can technically still qualify for the playoffs. And then lastly, Japan, who are already through, they face Australia next, who have a pack chasing them. Saudi Arabia are amongst them. Remember, second place is automatic qualification, third and fourth go into playoffs. Saudi Arabia are currently in the playoffs, as well as Indonesia, who had their shock win last time out. Bahrain could still mathematically qualify, as could China in last place. China have got Indonesia next. If they beat them, then they would go above them in the league. So this one is particularly stressful for all those teams. Any permutations could happen apart from Japan. Japan are through. Okay, and then let's look at COMMEBOL to end this video. Argentina are, I think they're through already, to be honest. How many games left to play? 4 matches, so 12 points. Yeah, I think they're mathematically through. They can't finish lower than 7th, so they're through. Ecuador, with this young team, are just doing brilliantly. Uruguay, excellent. Brazil, obviously they've just got Carlo Ancelotti, so it'll be interesting to see their next 2 games. They're against Ecuador next, which will be a challenge. Paraguay have come from nowhere to get into the automatic spots. Colombia have dropped away. They were right up in second chasing Argentina. They've lost 3 and drawn 1 in 4 matches, but they've got bottom, or last but 1 place, Peru in their next game. So hopefully they can start winning some matches. And then 5 points below them, Venezuela. Venezuela have never qualified. They're the only team in South America, in the CONMEBOL section of South America, because there are 3 little countries in South America that don't qualify this way. Suriname, French Guiana, and Guyana. French Guiana is technically France anyway, so they can't qualify. Venezuela have never qualified for a World Cup, the only team to not do so. So they are 1 point ahead of Bolivia, who have been once to a World Cup. So yeah, I'm rooting for Venezuela to finally make it. Good luck to them. Okay, so that's the preview for the upcoming games to qualify for the World Cup. And we had a little extra look at the Nations League semi-finals as well. Let me know what you think the results will be in the box below. Who do you think is going to qualify for the first time? Do you think Uzbekistan can get through? Do you think some of the smaller African nations can get through? Do you think Venezuela can get through? Let me know. And also like the video, subscribe down there, and then click on this video next if you love international football, and keep watching. Okay, more videos very, very soon. We'll have lots of results videos for this window coming up, and I'm going to try and get you into international football if I can. Maybe in the summer have some more international type of videos to try and get you interested. Okay, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye, bye, bye.